Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How long should we keep it going for? I don't know. Should stop now. Yeah. No. So today I want to talk about the fact that one, I need to go and run some errands and I'm feeling a little bit rough. I have not been wearing like any makeup at all this entire quarantine. It's really been so low on my priority list. I have been feeling really kind of like empowered, more so than I actually thought I was previously when it came to not wearing any makeup at all. I just feel like a lot more comfortable in my skin the more I just am like looking in the mirror and being like, that's my face. It's what I've got. However, I have been seeing this trend. It's summertime, it's fresh, it's light, I'm hot, it's gross. The other day, I actually went to film a video and I ended up just like deleting all of the file. It took me so long to film it. My face felt gross wearing that much makeup just for the sake of being able to see it on camera. If I'm not feeling it while I'm doing it on camera, I feel like you guys can really tell that. So I decided today to talk about the full blush look. It is kind of similar to like a one product does all, maybe not all, but like one product kind of thing. And it's not that this is just one product, it's just that the basis of this is very monochromatic. It is pretty toasty outside. I don't live in Banff anymore where it was cold 9 months of the year. I live in Kelowna, BC now. We call it Kelownafornia because it's as close as we can get here in Canada. My entire family and friends are all in Ontario and it's been winter up until like last week, so I'm just hanging out at the beach is really about it. So anyway, that being said, I am not really a super fan of foundation right now. I really love mixing products. So I'm just gonna take one of my favorite BB tinted moisturizers, which is the Tarte Amazonian Clay. Yeah, the Amazonian Clay. So this is a BB tinted moisturizer. This is in the shade Light. My Max Strobe Cream, and Max Strobe Cream is kind of, again, like a one product does a lot of different things. It's really good for moisturizing, it's really good for highlighting, it's really good for mixing. Mix it in and use it for so many different things, so that I thought it kind of fit with today's vibe, as well as a more budget friendly for all of these other kind of like bronzing shimmer or like kind of shine or whatever products is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I swear by this product. It is in multiple like favorite videos of mine that you can see, and this is the shade 904, which is actually the darkest. I would obviously never use this as a highlighter, but I definitely love using it for bronzing up my skin a little bit because it's not too overwhelming. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a little tiny smidge of this. Ooh, tiny of that. This is going to look like a very nice sort of light based shine to what we've got going on. As you can see too, I do have a pimple. I've decided to call him Kevin because I've never met a Kevin that I like, so I would call it a Kyle because Kyles are the worst, but that's my boyfriend's name. So it really didn't do too much other than just like a healthy, really subtle kind of bronzy look. And then from there, so from this kind of blush look, I have a couple of different options for you. I figured this was kind of the nicest way of going about it. So one of them being the Glossier Cloud Paint. I just happen to have the shade Beam closest to me, and I thought like that's a really nice like summery kind of shade. It's a little bit corally. And then I also have the shade in the Nudies all over face color, which is meant for your lips as well. This is Naughty and Spice, which is a little bit more kind of like rosy, a little bit deeper and everything, but like a beautiful color. And then you wouldn't use this on your lips, but I really love using this for both cheeks and eyes. Like I love this color on my eyes. Is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and it's one of the most beautiful blushes in the entire world. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this cloud paint, or a lot of this cloud paint. You could honestly, you could use your finger for this too, especially if you just want a really light wash. It blends out so nice because obviously like it is a blush. I love this color. It's so summery. When I did a review of all this stuff initially, I ordered a Generation G from Glossier, like one of their lipstick kind of things back in the day. This is probably like a year or two ago. and it didn't come in the mail, and so I was like, oh, I don't have a lip actually to show you. I didn't realize that. So I just put one of these on my lips. So I already know that it actually looks really beautiful. And I'm just kind of like lifting. The only reason I'm even using this brush is just to kind of like drag out this way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna use a little bit for this blush. I'm really into the concept of like blending, especially when it's monochrome. So I love doing this with the Milani Baked Blush. This is so pretty. And I have it in another video that I can link for you guys. Blending that color like into the eye and then like kind of up here. This Marc Jacobs bronzer, the Tantastic bronzer, has like the biggest, most wonderful mirror ever on it. It's like worth it alone just for that. So let's destroy what we can of this. And just a little bit of this like redness around my nose and just like a little tiny smidge on my nose. I think I'm just being way too hard on myself, and I actually like my skin and I actually like my face and all of that. I feel like I just need to really concentrate on appreciating that more. I've just been way too negative. I just kind of wanted to dull down the intensity as opposed to fully try and cover it. We're gonna use actually this because I have it right here. And, you know, it's still summertime and whatnot. Let's just bronze this up a little bit. I do have a, not like a big forehead, but I have like a slightly larger forehead. I don't hate it. It was like a 5 head when I was a kid. I was so awkward looking. I had no eyebrows at all. I had shaved off my eyebrows because my mom told me when it came to shaving your legs or anything like that, you should wait as long as you can because they're just gonna grow back darker and thicker. And in my head I was like, well, my eyebrows suck, so I'm just gonna shave them off and they'll grow back darker and thicker. So for 3 weeks, which I did not anticipate the time it would take to grow them back, I did not have eyebrows really, besides like little stubble. And this was during picture day. So I'm missing my eyebrows and I look like I'm wearing a wig because my haircut was so weird. Like I look like a patient in a hospital. Like I look like I should be hospitalized. There's something wrong going on there. Why should we do this? Sorry, I totally forgot to mention, my eyebrows did grow back darker and thicker. I had them microbladed like 2 years ago though, so that's pretty well all gone. I know that some people like that, they are not about that life. And then there's the opposite spectrum where people are into really big heavy brow. And I love a big heavy brow. It's one of my favorite things. Kind of go backwards too on it. Maybe like, I guess when you have a brand new product, it doesn't necessarily work perfect that way. Then you get a big glob and it ruins your whole makeup and you're just like, and then I have this kind of like one spot. So I'm just gonna take my MAC, what is this called? The Shape and Shade Brow Tint Pen. And I have this one kind of weird spot right in here. I honestly wasn't planning on doing this. Everything could be going wrong with my entire face. And if I put brows on, I'd be like, I'm not mad. I just feel like they make me look so much more awake and they add dimension and they structure my face so great. The bigger the better. I don't even know where I got this from, to be completely honest. It's called the Fill and Tame Brow Gel and I could just use this and be fine. But if this was in an actual tinted color, I'd be over the moon. In this, it's $10. This is the strongest brow gel ever. Like I've used so many different ones where I want my brows to stand like straight up, and eventually throughout the day like it doesn't have that stick feel to it, and I will come home and my brows will still look like this. And that, my friends, is what you call destiny. If I have a pimple, this is my favorite trick, is just turn it into a freckle. I am very much so somebody who neglects like the bottoms of their eyes. I can just put a little tiny bit on the outer parts. If you wanted to, you can add a little bit of liner. If you are trying to stick with like minimal products, I also just have my Shape and Shade thing right here that I just used for my brows and my freckles. So I'm not going all across, I'm not doing anything crazy at all. I just made like a tiny little wing. And this side's not gonna be the same because I can't do that. They're not the same. They're not even close to the same. Looks so bad. You know what I did not nail? This. Having a stroke? Why was that so uneven? And I'm using whatever one just happens to be at the top of my mascara pile, which is one I'm moderately okay with. What is this? Oh, this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Oh man, I don't have my all-time favorite mascara in the freaking universe is the Lancome Monsieur Big. Monsieur Big. I'm definitely not a very big fan of mascara on my bottom lashes, and this mascara is already scary enough, but I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna be good. Guys, it's not gonna be good. Okay, don't, okay. Oh. Nailed it. Sometimes. Lipstick, chapstick, gloss, everything. Like, I'm gonna lick it off. It's not gonna be here when I get home. And then I'm gonna take this lighter one because it's all, I'm gonna have so much of it on the back of my hand. And right here on the center, I don't remember the names of anything. This is the airbrush flawless finish. A little on the nose, a little bit on the middle of my forehead. You can take this again. Oh, I just wasted so much.
No, God, please, no.
For the natural highlight. This would have taken me like 2 minutes to do, but either way. So thank you so much guys for coming back to my channel. I've missed it so much and I have so many big plans. Oh my gosh, I'm just like waiting on a few things to come in. But either way, I'll see you in my next video.